Reawakening is most times painful because of the choice of change, but the end leads to self-realization and a well-adjusted existence. Abba, reawakening the giants. To say Abia State does not need to be an oil-producing state to surpass Lagos and Rivers in terms of economic growth because of our massive manufacturing potential and commercial success is an understatement. But unfortunately, like we all know, the state has had the misfortune of having chief executive who lack the wherewithal and expertise to tap into the hidden treasure of the state until the coming into office of the current governor, Dr. Alex Oti. Well, if you say now the first time when the state they get governor, you might just be right, because that's what people are saying there also. In some previous episode of The Advocates, as the Ori head the mouth, Ungwaland, you know now, anyway, don't ask me how I got the title. I talked about the dilapidated public infrastructure in Abia, especially the roads and the inherent blind leadership in the governance structure in Abia. Some people gave me knocks, while others gave me kudos. I take all in my stride. After all, not everybody like good thing. The fact that Abia used to be synonymous with lack of roads and bad governance, it's not new to public perception. But all that is changing now. As anybody, if you visit Umuahia now or Abia, you will see that the states or the giant in the elephant, or if you like, the Eyin in Eyimba is gradually being awoken. I went there also. As the town is not only being cleared of tout, the roads are also wearing a new look. I wonder, not even they wonder self whether Dr. Alex Oti start to govern the state even before they hand over to Ram in May 29. As he has built and commissioned so many roads and street lights with drainages within this short space. Starting from the Udeagbara Road through Avayi to Umuahia Abia Express Road, I used to be a nightmare, has been completed with street light and drainages. Umuima Road all the way to Shalom Junction, and then Shalom Junction, Shalom Road all through to Udeagbara Road, Green Avenue, all are witnessing massive construction with excavation currently ongoing in some of this area. In fact, there's no way you can describe these places except you see the previous pictures and the current state. Where will you actually turn to in Abia that construction is not ongoing, as the Eyimba city has been turned into a massive construction site? Is it Umuma Road by Cemetery Road, where the previous administration demolished people's homes under the guise of expanding the road, but subsequently abandoned the road as it became worse than they met it? But now it's currently under construction as massive excavation of rubble is ongoing. But I've been on MCC Road all the way to Araria Market that wasn't even motorable, but also now a smooth road with street light. I even rode through there. Just that the market union, they need to create enforcement unit to ensure that traders don't shade their wares on the road to ensure free flow of traffic on that MCC Road. About phase 1 of Cemetery Road from Port Harcourt Road that has been completed and commissioned. While phase 2 of the Cemetery Road starting from Railway Junction at the Zuku Market, the second biggest market in the state, all the way to Osusu Road and Omuma, is under construction. People's Road from Emelogu roundabout has just been kicked off, and Emelogu all the way to Ogbo Hill, Eyimba Hotel, has been commissioned with drainages and street lights, and water fountain at the roundabout currently under construction. My brother, if you see Cemetery Road and that railway junction, like most other roads and the Port Harcourt Road before now, they were completely submerged in rubbles and feet. No let rain trap you for Abia or in those areas. Well, that's all of the drainages in that town was completely non-existent. But that town, they generate waste. Maybe the governor should also look into how to turn this waste into wet. The famous Port Harcourt Abia Express Road that has been completely taken over by shrubs, trees, and gullies. Land has also been awarded to Julius Berger Construction Company for the sum of 30 billion with a construction period of 6 months. That place no be road again, but really, how previous government allowed that road to dilapidate to this extent still baffles me. Wickedness of men, you will say. If you come to Umuahia, in Umuahia from Michael Okpara roundabout all the way to the famous Abia Tower, on Abia Enugu Expressway, is currently being expanded to a 6-lane highway with street light and solid drainages by reputable construction company also. Maybe soon Umuahia would move from being a glorified local government to truly being a state capital. If the governor could achieve all of these in a space of 5 months, I can imagine how the state would be if he governs for 8 years. But I hope it's not just one of those initial 4 years gra-gra, or most of our state chief executive, where they use 4 years to work and then you re-elect them and then they use that next 4 years to recoup or prepare for Senate. But I can assure you that if anything changes, we'll keep updating you. I have Aba and Abia dead to my heart. Whilst I commend Governor Oti for this feat within such a short time, I want to draw his attention to the erosion gully in Ovum Street in Ogbo Hill that has completely cut off Agunwa and Arochukwu Road and the community living in that area. I'm also using this opportunity to call on the federal government and Federal Minister of Works, after it's from the East too, Ejina Omahi, to put the ecological fund into proper use by saving that community from extinction. As an aside, also, I want to call on Ejina Omahi and the federal government also to remember that the only federal eastern road that runs through Owerri, Mbise, Obowo, Umuahia, from Umudike through Michael Okpara University, through Ikuano to Ikodekpene, being a federal highway, is seriously crying out for repair. In fact, a portion is almost being cut off by gully. However, though, Mr. Oti, there are complaints of increasing cost of governance under your leadership. And some of the complaints are that the construction of the Port Harcourt roads, a road of 8 kilometers awarded at 30 billion, is too high. There's also that in 3 months that the office has spent 5.2 billion to run the governor's office, while the deputy governor's office spent 252 million in the same 3 months. As the information in the state took 543 million and 2.8 billion was used to purchase cars, official vehicles under the said period. The complainant also argued that despite the digitalization of the collection of revenue in the state, that the IGRO has reduced drastically from 5.7 billion to 3.3 billion under your watch. As the total recurrent expenditure of the state, under these 3 months is 10.8 billion, while only 5 billion was spent on all the infrastructure I mentioned above. But the good news is that the people, the everyday people, said they are not bothered about this cost. As all they want to see is good roads, schools, good health, job creation, and efficient public infrastructure. Some even say despite all the billions where previous government spent, that there's nothing to show for it, and that in just a few months in office, they are seeing street lights, good roads, and drainages. That those criticizing OT should bring those previous government officials to book first before they would believe them. Well, enjoy the accolade, but ensure that if things are not working well, these same people will turn. If you say, wahala plenty, I will therefore advocate why it is encouraging to listen to accolade, especially when one has his hands on the grind, like you are doing. It is also wiser to listen to wise counsel of genuine criticism. And until the federal government, our federal government of Nigeria, devolve more power and resources to regions, states, and local government as government that is closest to the people, Nigeria will keep grappling in lack of basic infrastructure, and purposeful investment will continue to collectively elude us as a nation. We must break up this governance structure to make it up. This will be a fine place for me to pause in the interim, and I'll wait your comment on all our social media platforms showing you on your screen. Like and share. For us is to report the issues, why it is your right to take it or leave it. The ball is in your court. See you next week.